You just bought yourself a brand new panning kit to go out and chase the adventure of finding that shiny yellow metal. But my friend, there is something you have to do first. And that is season your pan.
Whoa, dude, not with salt and pepper.
Well, how do I do it?
Sandpaper? When we wash the salt and pepper out of this pan, you will see what water does to an unseasoned pan. See how it leaves it completely dry? That's not good for gold. The pan can't get wet. It's hydrophobic. It's actively trying to repel water, and it will do the same thing to your gold because gold is also hydrophobic. This pan's brand new. This pan I've had kicking around now for about 5 years. Notice how anywhere the water touches on the old pan, it leaves a wet residue behind it. It actually makes the pan wet. There's no surface tension in that water, which is the exact opposite thing that's happening in this pan. The only difference between this pan and this pan are all of those tiny micro scratches. We have some gold loaded concentrates down here, all sitting in a very clearly well-seasoned pan. In a well-seasoned pan, the gold and black sands are going to grip onto all the micro grooves that have been put into it over years of use and its initial seasoning, as well as not forming a large bubble of surface tension. And you can see here that we're not seeing any gold move down, and I'm having to use quite a lot of force to even get the black sand to move down. If I give it a bit of a violent sideways shake, we can spread it out and the gold still wants to stay at the top. Same concentrates, same amount of water, and as we move it down, see how the water is grabbing the black sands and pulling it away in very uneven beads. I have no control over how that dirt is actually wanting to move. And nothing is gripping. There is no dirt between the top stuff and my bottom pan stuff, which means I have no safety barrier for if I see a piece of gold. Now, if I give it the same little violent sideways wiggle, and it all slumps down, see how it's all moving down the pan? It should be staying at the top. I can't separate the black sand and gold. Therefore, before we take our pan to the creek and try and extract some of the gold from nature, we take our sandpaper and we make this whole pan nice and rough. You don't need much. This is some 150 grit sandpaper. I know this because it's written in big letters on the back. We want to pay particular attention to the riffles and this side of the pan because that's where most of your gold is going to get trapped and where you're going to pan down from. The rest of it still needs to be done, but you don't need to be as vigorous with it. Now we have heaps and heaps of micro grooves. Let's try that same concentrate again and see if it makes any difference to how the dirt moves. All right, it's a little better. See how the water now is starting to grip on the side of the pan? It's not dissipating straight away. We might have to go over it again, but I still think we'll see a good improvement. There we go. Now, massive difference. It's not grabbing balls of material and pulling it down. We've got material in between the top and bottom piles of concentrates. And we're only getting a little bit of water gapping. So you can see the water gapping forming up here. And you'll see it just here. See how that is forming? That means we haven't got it scratched up quite enough. But it's still a vast improvement so far. So we just need to go over that like one more time. And it should be pretty close to being able to be used.
I suppose my point is, just because your brand new panning kit is nice and shiny, it doesn't make it good. Make sure it's all scuffed up. It's got to have a little bit of patina before you can go out there and use it. Please give your dog a big scratch behind the ears for me. Peace! And I'm out.